Hello, greetings, salutations, all you nerdettes out there in the wonderful
Nerdinnies.
interwebs. Listen. I'll find a new intro one of these days. Anyway, welcome to the Nerdverse Odyssey. I'm 1/4 of the hosts, Nico. The next
I don't know if
host
you can
is
count Buddy Bear.
okay. Well, it was gonna be a joke because I was gonna pick
It's
one of
already off
you
to
to
a rough
be
start.
who's taking up Hunter's slot. It was a fat joke, but you fucked it up. Good job,
If anything, you
Glenn.
are. I'm at least 3/5 of a man. Thank you.
Define for me.
Man.
Define man. I'm an adult. I'm a human. I'm a human man.
Yes,
I
human.
am human and I need to be loved.
No, you don't. Oh God. Okay. Down at the bottom, got our pillar and Rock of Ages, Senor Rico. How you doing, buddy?
Salutations. I am feeling good despite the cold weather, and that's pretty much it.
How cold is it down there?
It's a little chilly. We had icy rain yesterday.
Yeah.
Whoa,
This
what?
I
morning,
know, it's crazy.
and I had to go
We
to the
had
office.
86-degree weather outside.
Oh,
This is a
wow.
short sleeve.
Shut your mouth right now. I
Well,
hate you.
This is a short sleeve too, but
I hate you and your couch.
I love living in San Antonio. It's great. Like, we get snow and it's weird. I don't have to go to work with snow.
okay, yeah, that's fair. Well, if it's icy rain here, kids only have to go into school 2 hours later. So there's that.
Yeah. So, how's fatherhood been treating you there, Nico?
Oh,
I
it's been
I
so great. I haven't
Snow
jumped off
great?
the roof yet, so that helps. No, the
Well,
reason why the podcast has been delayed is because we just decided to have the super flu consecutively. So it was broken up into nice little chunks where it's like I was sick. Or no, the baby was sick. Then I was
oh no,
sick.
no, not sick babies.
Then Leon was sick. Then wife. Then baby Leon. Then baby wife Leon. Then me. So it's been an interesting time. And I guess we're just throwing to my week, it seems like. So you just kind of threw me in the middle of it. So I'm going to take over anyway. I've been watching a shit ton of Dragon Ball Z. Because I think it was last year I finished all of Dragon Ball, so I wanted to go through Z now. And because I don't want to sit through 500 episodes or 16-minute increments of somebody screaming, I decided to watch Kai. I am now currently... Yeah, exactly. I'm now currently like 2 episodes after Cell becomes Perfect Cell. So I'm chugging along. So almost finished with it, and then I can start GT.
I don't know why I thought you said Celebi, as in like the Pokemon. Like, Celebi becomes Perfect Cell. Like, it's a little different.
A little bit, yeah. That would... don't know if that works.
No.
Gotten... I dove balls first into BattleTech. The video game, the lore, the miniatures, all of it. I think I have about 2 or 3 lances worth of Star League mechs painted up, and I started doing a bunch of combined arm stuff. So I'm painting 6mm infantry soldiers. I don't know if you know how big a 6mm like human is, but they're like about like a good the dinky. Like stand
You know what? No, no,
short
no.
grain of
It's
rice.
average. That's average.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But no, like they're about like a short grain of short rice standing up. Like they're tiny. So that's been really fun to kind of test my skills at. Video game wise, I have been religiously playing BattleTech. It is great. If you haven't played BattleTech, you should play that, especially if you're a fan of RPG, like tactical RPGs and XCOM, because it's very much XCOM. Or A better example would be Shadowrun Returns, because it's by the same guys. I can't remember the name of the company, but the ones who did the Shadowrun Return games are the ones that did BattleTech, and those
Now,
games fuck as well.
in terms of the scale of the game,
Yeah.
is it where, I guess, I mean, like, is there human scale and then mech scale battles separately or together?
No, it's all mech. It's all mech combat. So like the RPG aspect is like when you're managing your ship, but hiring new mech warriors, buying parts, salvaging mechs, stuff like that. That's like what you do in like the human.
So this is mech. Is this Mech Warrior or BattleTech?
They're the same universe. The difference is Mech Warrior is the like action shoot 'em up game, whereas BattleTech is the RPG. It's actually really interesting with the BattleTech universe because Mech Warrior is like in the tabletop setting is actually the RPG, whereas classic BattleTech is the tabletop like skirmish game.
The war gamer.
The war game, yeah. What's really neat about BattleTech from like just everything about it, we could start a campaign playing Mech Warrior. We can build up our mech warriors, level them up, stuff like that. Then you can take your Mech Warrior from the RPG and throw them in a lance when you're playing the tabletop game, and you get all the benefits that your Mech Warrior has in the RPG that they would have in this one, because you could just directly translate your character sheet over to it, which I think is really, really cool.
So, in terms of the RPG like setting that you're in, like what era is it taking place in? Is the Youngblood still a thing, or is that
far
like
future?
Well after.
So it's like it's in the far future. So
Far future, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like Earth ended up kind of being just losing resources, like constant infighting. So everybody decided to fuck off to space, and then they end up like over the years creating like this giant map of like different what they call houses, which are like the sectors of like the inner sphere, and then at the middle of it is Terra, which is Earth, where the Star League is kind of like overseeing everything. And then there's a coup. The king of Star League gets got, and then pretty much the general to end all generals just says, okay, well, I'm gonna take all my supporters, which is like 95% of the Star League defense force, take all of our toys, weaponry, and all this fun stuff, and just fuck off to space for a couple hundred years.
Film a couple episodes of Gundam, and then
exactly.
So come back to the main storyline.
The cool thing about it is like BattleTech is all about, it's like human. It's all human. Like, yeah, there's alien worlds and stuff, but for the most part, like it's still fairly grounded in reality. Like, there's no giant weird lizard people out in the periphery and stuff like that. There was in the lore at one point, but I think they the fan base hated it so much they kind of like retconned it and swept it under the rug.
Now, here's a question for you. Is there a connection between the Mech Warrior BattleTech universe and Dune?
And Dune?
Yes.
No.
Because I think I remember there was like in the Mech Warrior game that I used to play as a kid, where you were piloting a mech. Mm-hmm. You had a choice of two houses, and I just could have swore that like one of them was like the House Atreides with like a green falcon.
Oh, if it's a green falcon, that would be if that was Mech Warrior 2 or 3, it could have been the Jade Falcons, which are one of the clans. Yep. It's probably Jade Falcon.
That is the clan. That was the Jade Falcons.
Yep.
And then they were in the opposite.
Was it the Draconis Combine? Because it was the red with the.
No, it was the Wolves.
Yeah. I think they're actually just called. What the fuck is Clan Wolf? It's just Clan Wolf.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I always thought that was like Atreides and Harkonnen with the way that they like were.
No, what is it? Clan Wolf are the descendants of Alexander Kerensky, which was who was like the one who brought them all out and started doing all this genetic modification. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. So when you get into the clans, they're pretty much what happens when you take the Captain America Super Serum and just pump it full of everybody, and then have lots and lots of test tube inbreeding. That's the clans in a nutshell.
Wow.
But yeah, no, BattleTech is fucking awesome, and it's super easy to learn. Like the game is, it's about as complicated and rule heavy as you want it to be.
Yep.
Aside from that, that is me. Take it away, Rico.
Oh, okay. Well, not to bore you guys with the details, but this weekend I found out snakes are basically cold scarves. Had the opportunity to go to Manassas and take Sebastian.
Ooh,
to go
I took Leon there. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I think I had more fun than Sebastian. So, the guy was super cool there. I guess he was one of the owners. Very cheap for anybody's interested. $15 all day. So you can get your pass. You can go back and forth in the mall, go karting or whatever, and then come back. But I think how many snakes? I think I handled like 5 snakes. Touched a bunch of turtles. Touched 2 lizards. I was hoping to hold a lizard.
Turtle toucher.
Hey man, that junk is cool. When it comes to animals, that junk is cool.
Hey, just remember the shell of the turtle. They feel everything you put on there. Just remember that.
Why does that sound? No, I'm not going to ask that question. It sounds kind of weird.
That is true, though. They can.
Are you suggesting that you mushroom stamp turtles for dominance?
I don't know. The way he says that they feel everything you put on them. I'm like, I really want to put them to, pull them to the side. What did you do to the turtles? What did you do to Frank the Tank? What did you do to Frank the Tank? There is a turtle called Frank the Tank. I thought that was the funniest thing.
That was the big boy, right?
Yeah, that's the big dude.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
And they already built the box for him. That's going to be when you come to the store. Be the left side of the entrance for him on that one.
And then was it Monkey, the iguanas getting that big cage that they put in there too?
In the front, yeah. Yep. And he scared the crap out of me because 2 guys were watching him and we were kind of leaving, and all I hear is like, bam! And I'm like, what the heck were these guys doing? And they're like, no, it wasn't us. It was the iguana. And the iguana or whatever lizard it is was looking at us like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, iguanas, especially wild ones, are well known for basically fucking people up with their tail whips. Like,
and if it's not the tails, it's the teeth, because their bites are rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, although in their defense, they taste amazing. When I was in Mexico, I had the 4-legged chicken, and it was so tasty, so good. Didn't even know it was saltwater iguana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It said meow, right?
No. No, it was already cooked and served,
meow.
And
I got you. I got you.
But no, I ate the 4-legged chicken in Mexico, and yeah, it was great. Loved it.
I think the 2 coolest parts I got to hold. Well, really, I didn't hold her. She just crawled on me. Was this one called milk snake from Honduras called Peaches, and she was literally. I had a jacket on. She literally was going in and out, in and out. Literally did a corny joke to my wife and goes, "Nothing up my sleeve," and then Peaches just comes out. Goes like this. Jelly Bean. I noticed he had a lot of albino, so Jelly Bean was the albino yellow one. Anybody who's never held a python, this is my first time. Very heavy. I mean,
it felt like, yeah, almost
felt
took
like
Leon down.
Yeah. Oh wow, you put it on Leon.
Yeah.
I can see Leon like oh, I can do this.
He's
I
just
can
sitting
do
there
this.
like Goku, just powering. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, because when I put it on, Danielle was like, "How does it feel?" I was like, "It feels like it's like 25 pounds on my." Like I put on a heavy book bag.
It's like a 25-pound wiggly scarf.
Oh, dude! And then he was like She was crawling over here, and I had to hold it like this at one point. The craziest part when the guy said, "Hey, I can grab this one snake called Sandman," and it was completely buried in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, open it up and you can reach and see if you can find her." I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Okay, cool." But I found her. Very cool looking snake where it can. This has like a shovel nose and does that. But,
Is that the really soft one?
Kind of, yeah. It was only like.
Yeah,
it was only like maybe
really
that
tiny,
big.
very stubby tail, about as fat as her head.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really, really cool snake.
As
Especially
soon as I put it
was
back in the sand,
it
it
was like
just
squishy
dove
velvet.
back under.
That's the best way to describe its texture and like how soft it was. It was really odd.
Well, I mean, you have to think that in its native environment, it's getting abraded, every single day, and so it's got the exfoliation, make sure its scales are super soft.
But yeah, definitely want to go back there. I know they say they rotate the snakes out, the lizards out. They got a whole bunch. They're building another cage for another lizard that's there, or they're bringing another one. So I thought it was pretty cool. Movie wise, TV wise, anime, Alien Romulus. My hot take.
Yeah.
On par with Aliens 2.
Really?
On par. If you haven't watched it, I thought it was. I thought the fact that you had the relationship between the girl and Andy, who was the synthetic, and I love the difference between where he's kind of like when you get introduced, like he's not the best synthetic robot out there, but then when he gets that upgrade, it's like his whole demeanor changes, and I give that up to the actor, where you're like, I don't know if this guy's going to kill us or he's going to kill them or what. All I know is like he's for the company. Like in a way, it looked like in some choices he was fighting it, where he knows he had to follow the company, but at the same time, try to save the girl, whatever. But yeah, everybody could get it. I thought it was great.
Okay, I'll give it a watch. I saw a few things about it that made me just like kind of roll my eyes and go, "Wow, this is gonna be stupid." But if you're saying it's that good, I will give it a try.
I mean, because I looked at it like it's the filler. You can call it 1.5. It takes place between Alien and Aliens 2. The stories I thought was just simplistic. These guys are on a mining colony. Their parents are on there, and basically you got to work hours for the whaling company. And once you meet a quota, supposedly they let you off the planet, and that doesn't happen. So somebody gets the great ass idea of getting evacuation pods, and then they go to a spot, and all hell, pretty much, if you watch Alien movies, all hell breaks loose. And you just start finding out certain things more about the aliens and stuff like that, which gives you to guess on that part. But I thought it was good. I mean, at this point, I think with some people's main complaint was that there's no suspense like the first Aliens, but I felt like we already know what an alien looked like. Yeah. So unless you're trying to
and
do
you can't recapture the magic of Alien.
No, you have. It's like I was thinking about where I was like, maybe if you did it to where there's a bunch of murders and everybody thinks it's a serial killer, like they're blaming one guy, like a criminal or whatever, and because maybe his MO is similar, and they're like, we know you're this and this. And then at the very end, you find out, oh, it's Alien. But again, if you go watch an Alien movie, at least guys, people our age, you already know what it looks like. Mm-hmm. It's not, suspense is not there. It's just like with Jaws. Once Jaws got shown at the end, Jaws 2, 3, and 4, you already knew, oh, it's a big shark coming after everybody. How's people going to kill? That's when you get the fantastic part of it. It's how do people get killed? What is their death scenes?
Like Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did not know that was going to happen.
It is so abrupt too, because it was like within the first like 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Did you see Deep Blue Sea? A shark ate me.
They didn't have me for the budget, so they cut me out quick.
Yeah.
Well, it's like with there's a lot of movies like that where like you'll have like these headliner actors like Jean-Claude Van Damme or who's the guy with the sticks who's a real asshole? Steven Seagal. Oh. Like they'll have them in a movie, and then like they'll be in the movie for like the first 5 minutes, and then they'll be like and they get blown up. And then you never see him for the rest of the movie.
Steven Seagal will never die in a movie because he's Steven Seagal. He's too cool. I know he has.
He has. And
Because he
in
was saying
fact, actually, I'm quoting a movie that Steven Seagal was in. Like he was like on the movie poster and everything, and it was like this whole thing. And then, yeah, he died in the first 5 minutes of the movie. And it was like a hatch on an airplane that blew up. And I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember the
is it
movie.
executive order?
it's executive decision
That's
with
Yeah,
Kurt Russell, and Halle
Yes.
Berry. Basically, the plane gets taken over by hijackers. They got a bomb. Steven Seagal
Yep.
and Kurt Russell, whatever, come. They connect, and literally, Kurt Russell's looking at him. He's like, "We're not going to make it," and he goes, "You are." Closes it, and then he gets a whatever you call it, the hatch, whatever gets blown up, and then he just flies off, and that's it. And people are upset about it. I'm like, well, it depends on the budget.
Or like with the other guys, the movie where he had The Rock in
Sam
it.
Jackson.
And he was just like,
Yeah.
just aim for the bushes. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson was in that one as well.
Yeah,
Just aim for the bushes, and then you never saw him after that. So yeah, it's a common trope from what I could tell.
I mean, sometimes I think for the most part, it's like maybe it's just that they do it sometimes based on the schedule or the budget, or they're doing a favor. Like Brad Pitt, for example, when he did what was it, Deadpool 2?
Yeah,
it was a running joke, and then when you saw him die, you're like, oh crap, that was Brad Pitt actually. Like, yeah, he actually came in and did that scene and then left. Like, okay, cool. But yeah, another TV show I saw, Paradise. So if you like kind of like a suspense thriller, this is on Hulu. But Sterling K. Brown, you've known him from T'Challa's uncle in the Black Panther. He's played in a bunch of other TV shows and movies. I think Supernatural. But he plays a Secret Service agent. James Marsden, the guy who's Donut Lord in Sonic, plays the president. And essentially, the president gets killed. Sterling K. Brown has to figure out what's going on, even though he's getting shut out. And all this is taking place in an underground town of 25,000 people. You don't know, some type of catastrophe or something happened, but you don't know yet. I think I have to watch episodes 3, but I think episode 3 and 4 just got released on that one. So it's a slow start, but hey, Sterling K. Brown, I think he's a fantastic actor. And plus, they got other people that are in there that you've seen their faces, may not know their names, but they played in TV movie shows. What else I did this weekend, since you guys want to ask? Oh, Geiger, about this one. I got to read this. Luther Strode actually was at Flashback Comments. I did that also on Saturday. Like, we went to the reptile. So this is the full volume. And then about the
is that all
Keanu
three of them
Reeves.
collected?
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is a thick dude, but I'm saving this person for last.
No, that's fair. Wait, I thought it was only 3 volumes though.
I think this is the whole volume, because I know I stopped at. You had 2 that I borrowed.
3.
The third one, I don't think I read it by the time you got it. On that
Maybe.
one. But this is the complete series, though.
All right,
On this
I'll
one.
have to double check. Maybe there was a 4th one. But yeah, no, Luther Strode fucking rocks.
And then Berserker, then got some other stuff. Let's see what else real quick, so I don't take up most of this hour and a half we scheduled. We can talk about it, but Fantastic Four, did you guys see it? I know I posted
I
it.
did watch the trailer.
No.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
So, okay.
I'll wait.
I have not watched it yet. However, the folks that I work with over inside there are doing a parallel Fantastic Four audio drama. So I have to watch it so that I can,
Well,
keep
why
up
don't
with
you just watch the trailer
appearances.
right now? It's literally only like 10 seconds long. No.
Let me see.
Less than a minute.
They go up into space, and then they get hit with the beam.
No,
and
dude,
then
just
they go
watch
back
the goddamn
down.
Not at all.
trailer. Instead of trying to
And then
describe
they
it,
stand in front of everybody, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And then at the last possible second, the Human Torch flames on.
No, this is how we discuss our stuff.
All wrong.
And the Invisible Woman turns invisible, and Mr. Fantastic stretches out.
Nope.
No, he doesn't.
The thing just kind of stands there.
Just shut the fuck up and watch the damn trailer.
I'm just thinking. I mean, this is.
I'm gonna kick you out of the goddamn stream.
Muted.
If I'm right, though, am I right?
No, you're
No.
like 100% wrong.
Okay, let's
The
see.
basic setting is that
No,
it's
no, don't let him watch the damn thing.
Fantastic Four, First Steps.
There you go. And
Official
while
trailer.
he's doing that, I thought it looked pretty good.
It's a minute
Yeah.
38.
Just
Okay.
watch it and then
So-
jump in. We'll listen to your reactions in the background and laugh at you.
So while he does that, I'll say, and we could talk about it. Jurassic World Rebirth. Did you watch that trailer?
I did see the trailer for that. I don't. That's weird. Like, why? Why is Scarlett Johansson in it?
Because she's Black Widow. That's what you chose.
No, I
This
think
is a
she
door
replaced
you
what's
open.
her name?
The Claire girl.
The redhead. I think it's supposed to be her.
Howard. Rod Howard.
Yeah,
Ron Howard's
Ron
daughter.
Howard's daughter.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be her. Is who the character is.
No.
Okay, it is a
It's
different character.
She's some type of security specialist or something like that. Like she's like, I'm gonna, I can keep you somewhat safe, or whatever it was in the preview.
At least Marshall Ali got a job. That's all I'm saying. He got a movie
Yeah,
at
but-
least.
Oh yeah, because of Blade and stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because I think the director or somebody says there's gonna be a lot of deaths. Like
Fair.
nobody. It's like nobody's safe in the thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, okay. Did you see that one, Glenn, or no? Okay.
1 second, he's doing a thing.
Oh man, he's doing it. I hope Marshall Ali
Okay, I don't
survives.
know what he's now got a finger to his nose.
It's weird.
Like he's about to tell a story to the old timers.
Okay. So I was half right. There were some extra fillers.
I was like half right.
There was like the order that it happened was actually funny how the order matched up. So yeah, okay, it's this trailer for Fantastic Four. I mean, it looks like something like Fantastic Four if the people from The Incredibles tried to do it.
No, that's the point.
Yeah,
Because that's what it's supposed to
the
look
point,
like.
'cause it's a different universe.
They're literally going off of the original looks of the characters, which I actually think is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, most certainly, yes. Style choice wise, I
Really
think it
like
fits.
what they did with the thing. The
Yeah.
look of the thing is just amazing.
Which they said is like Alex Ross it was inspired by Alex Ross.
I can see
And
that.
somebody
Well,
did
it's
a-
because like the thing has that massive unibrow thing.
Wow, yeah.
And that was like Alex Ross's big contribution to the character.
What do you got against massive unibrows, huh?
You don't.
What do y'all think about Galactus though?
I was very
and
glad it
Shadow
was not
Sword.
a purple fart cloud.
I'm just gonna say he seems a little small.
Well, I believe he shrinks himself.
Yeah, he could
Well, I
shoot
mean,
himself.
he can, but I mean, it's not like he looks like he looks like a sentinel threat as opposed to like a galactic threat.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be a galactic threat. Because this movie is apparently it's just going to. I think it's supposed to be Marvel's reset button.
Yeah, it's the catalyst. It's the catalyst to do either a soft reboot or unless they change their mind, and they're doing a hard reboot. So with Galactus showing up, my theory, the theory I think now is that either he's destroying the universe. Another theory came out is that he came to Reed Richards to talk about his son, Franklin Richards, because I did see a photo that said First Steps, and there's a baby bottle with a universe in the baby bottle.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Franklin Richards. He's the son of Reed Richards, and he's a mutant, like one of the most powerful beings out there. At one point, he resurrected Galactus when he died to fight the mass Celestials. That's how powerful he was. Like, he made Galactus his herald,
I do remember that.
which was, I think it was Jonathan Hickman's
That
run.
would be an interesting way to bring in mutants.
Yeah.
Because they said, I think it was this phase is where they're going to bring mutants into the MCU. So that's one way to do it.
So yeah, the theory is if they do run with the whole he's looking for Franklin Richards, is there was a storyline where Galactus requested Franklin Richards create his universe, the universe before Galactus became Galactus.
Mhm.
don't know if you guys remember that he was the last surviving. He was the last surviving being from the previous universe before the Big Bang. And when the Big Bang happened, he merged, and that's when he became Galactus.
Oh,
Basically,
okay.
just
Yeah,
a
I did
being
not
for
know
being
that.
human. Oh yeah, it went before this even came out. I went into all the lore. I did that whole, almost like Wikipedia, but yeah, like Marvelpedia. And
Yeah.
every time somebody highlighted, I was clicking on everything. Like I'm gonna find everybody's backstory on anything.
I
Moving on.
wonder if they're going to do like a tie-in to like Thor: Love and Thunder with
Oh no,
No.
Marvel did not like
Eternity.
that. Marvel did not like that movie.
Yeah.
Even Chris
That, but
Chris
they
Hemsworth
showed
said,
Eternity, and Eternity and Galactus, have very similar shapes.
shapes and curves.
No, I think what's gonna happen is this is gonna somehow they're gonna do something to bridge this into the Avengers and Doctor Doom. But I think
Yeah.
I think this team of the Fantastic Four is a one and done. Maybe in the Avengers movie, but for the most part, like they're not gonna be. I don't think they're gonna be there for a long time. Because didn't Pedro Pascal only signed up for like one movie, didn't he?
Not to my recollection, and if the rumors are supposed to be true, when you sign contracts with Marvel, depending on your character, you're looking at 3 to a 7 movie, but or contract on that part.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on how well it does. I mean,
You tell that to the
you guys you could be
Eternals.
right. It
And
could be a one and done. I mean, far as
it depends on
what the
it depends on how the movie runs. So
yeah.
like they might Disney might be hedging their bets by doing this one and then waiting to see how it does before they put more money down on the table.
The
Because I
only
mean,
thing that I
Lord
really
knows.
hope
I mean,
is
you
this
saw how much
fixes
money
the
they
Marvel
lost with Snow
problem.
White, right?
Hmm?
Y'all saw how much money they lost with Snow White.
No. So much money.
So much money.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Well, no, yeah, right. But no, they're probably leaning more towards trying to throw money at things that work and not make promises and pay for things that they don't want to pay for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, they messed up that whole thing. Well, I mean, I would just say about Snow White, they messed it up themselves when the actress said what she had said. The storyline and where you had CGI dwarfs versus actual real little people. With some of
yeah.
them
And
actually.
then the first dwarves, Jesus Christ. It was like something out of a DEI manual. Like, seriously.
And that's what people don't understand. When you do that stuff and you come out with it, yeah, it may sound empowering, but if that message is not right, the folks that you're trying to sell to are not buying the tickets.
Well,
They're
that's
not.
the thing, though.
Yeah.
A lot of these places pander to those things, but then they never actually buy into the product. They're literally just bitching for the sake of bitching. The things get changed, and then they lose money on it because the party that bitched didn't want it, and the party that didn't bitch are now bitching because they changed it.
And mind you, I mean, this is sort of the curse of our early access society that we live in. That there's entirely too much consumer input into a final product as opposed to letting a final product, stand on its own 2 feet, and thus it's making everything look so similar.
When you when you make
And
something to appease everybody, you appease nobody.
right, and it's
Well,
like,
yeah.
it's like, I mean, I'm going back to 2021, and I'm watching Adrian Brody's Chapel Wait, and have y'all seen that?
No.
No, okay. It's a vampire film with Adrian Brody in it. Basically, that's the best thing I can tell you. Um, it's it's the 1850s, and Adrian Brody as Captain Charles. Let's see here, what was his name? Captain Charles Boone relocates his family to his ancestral home in the sleepy small town of Preacher's Corners, and then he runs into vampires.
As you do.
That's the show.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's fun.
I will say, just to recap the Snow White thing, we talked about it before, and it may sound cliche-ish. I'll say it again for the bots and those who are listening. If you have an original IP, it is fine, in my opinion, to change the recipe of it to a certain degree. If you substitute something in there, whether it be gender swapping, and just like with Fantastic Four, we know there's a female Silver Surfer, but I don't have no issue with it because it's in the comic book. There is a female.
What, the Silver Surfer has boobs? Oh no!
But
what
but
cosplayers do
appreciate that.
Yeah, and it doesn't take away from the story. But again, if you have a movie or again original IP and you change the recipe, you have to make sure that whatever ingredients you substituted with, it still has either the same taste or an enhanced taste to get somebody there. Just like with movies, if there's not a connection between one movie to the other, especially if it's a reimagining or whatever like that, people are going to make fun of you. I mean, even with the Fantastic Four thing, the part where he's in there tasting the sauce, supposedly that's a slight nod to the fact that the guy, I forgot his name, but he starred in the show The Bear as the cousin that helps out the restaurant guy. And he's there testing it. Somebody did a clip and it's like side by side. I'm like, you know what? That's a great nod. Like when you can do that kind of, and other people can come in, but at the same time, with the story of Fantastic Four, even though you may not know the storyline, at least you still have the same look. You have some of the same characters. It's just a matter of how they got there. That's it. They're still going to A to Z. It's just how they get to B, C, and eventually Z. It's going to be different turns or whatever. So
Rico, you have seen this movie though, right?
Fantastic Four?
Yes.
The first three, yes, I did. And this has nothing but improvement on the last one that came out.
No, I'm saying the one that has
no, the one he's
the
talking
newest
about.
one. No.
What?
Have you seen Fantastic Four? The newest one, 2025.
No, it's not
No,
out
it just
yet. We
came out
just
in
seen
July.
the trailer.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. I thought you said it was coming out. Okay, so
It's coming out in July, the same month as Superman's coming out.
Oh God, man! I think Superman's gonna fuck it up. I think Superman.
Yeah.
I think Superman, is not going to do it.
I'm watching both. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see
yeah.
both.
I'm gonna do that. What is that Barbie Oppenheimer thing? Come together.
Barbieheimer.
Is it like this? Like,
Yeah, it's the one where Barbie's scissoring the nuke, right?
hey, what, sir? No, that's not what I was going for. Whatever Vulcan thing you were doing,
Yeah, that thing.
Just to finish up my week real quick games. Destiny 2 Heresy episode came out. We go back to the Dreadnought. If anybody else plays it, I'm loving it. There's a mode where your health, you have to find ways to get your health back, so health builds are no longer good. You got to rely on your teammates unless you're that good of a person. You can play expert. No Man's Sky patch 2 came out. I've downloaded it. I'm afraid to start it because
just turn it on, big pussy no-balls. You'll enjoy it.
No, I bought it when the first time it came out, and the fact that I've seen these videos of how expansive, how great it looks, and everything, and I'm like, I'm gonna have like an OCD meltdown. Like, I gotta go here, gotta go here, and I forget that there's trillions of planets, including water worlds that are out there.
Yup.
Monster Hunter World.
Well, I mean, there always has been.
Yeah, but let's be
these ones
fair.
are
Back
better.
at like the initial release, it was pretty barren. I played for like quite a few hours and was not able to find much more than multiple variations of a long-necked fish creature.
Yeah, like I was trying to decipher the language when you go to the obelisk or the monolith, whatever. And it was like the same thing. Like, I already unlocked this word. Like, you unlocked this word. Like, no, what the heck? Then finally, I got off planet and I lost interest. Monster Hunter World, Hunter Wilds beta is this weekend. It started today, and it's next week. It's going to stop on Monday, I think, and then next weekend it starts again.
Okay.
for that one. If you have PS5, these might be a good game. Payday 3, I think some type of heist game.
I played a
Came
shit
out.
ton of Payday 2. I've heard okay things on Payday 3. I think it was a shit show when it first came out, though, if I remember correctly.
So it's free. High on Life.
High on Life
So
is great.
it's free on PlayStation.
Love that game.
Play it. It's really good. It's hilarious.
Pac-Man World, Repack or something. That's another game that came out too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about that. And I think the last two things I got of this week that I saw, as far as entertainment news, Rooster Teeth got an extra life. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
The original founder, Bernie Burns, bought the remaining assets for his independent company called Box Canyon Product. One thing I didn't know is Rooster's been around for 21 years. I remember back.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Back in the machinima days.
I don't know if I started watching Red versus Blue in 2003 because I forgot somebody.
That was whenever I started it. That was
Somebody
my first year
mentioned
of
it.
college.
And then it just ran off, and then I kind of fell off of it. But they said they got a bunch of production for 2025, renewing classic shows, some audio adventure called Again, and reimagining Burns' first film, The Schedule. And then, unfortunately, the next level. Don't know how you guys are familiar with rap. You guys look like some chill dudes. Irv Gotti died at 54.
Irv Gotti.
He was the founder. He was the founder of Murder Inc. Records. You would have seen him in a Ja Rule video, Ashanti video. He's been behind some of the stuff from Jay-Z to DMX's first album. DMX first album I bought when I was in basic training. That when we were allowed to listen to music at the end. Well, no, I actually bought it and then we're going to AIT. But that was one of his great albums. But yeah, he died. Rumored to be diabetes-related stroke. Unfortunately, on that one. But yeah, he was a producer for 28 records, which all got on the Billboard Hot 100.
Not bad.
And that is my week. Explanations. I do got some topics, but it's up to you guys.
Two things I want to add since you jumped in with a little bit of news there.
Go ahead.
Steam, being the good boys that they are, decided that if there's an early access game that has been kind of stagnant in early access, they're now going to mark it on the store page. So like if the game's been sitting in like early access for like 3 or 4 years, they're going to put it on there. This is the last time an update was released for this game.
Oh, wow.
And it's huge.
And since you mentioned it, we mentioned PC. PlayStation has canceled their requirement where if you have a game and you have to create a PlayStation account or whatever, you no longer need it for your PC. Yep.
Nice.
Because it was, it was like somebody said, you were hurting. Helldivers 2, that was hurting your sales.
Helldivers 2 still hasn't come back. Like I jump on every once in a while, and it's like, yeah, the Illuminate were cool, but it was really hard to find like humans to play with. It wasn't like it was when it first came out.
Yeah, I think
I agree.
haven't touched it
Yeah.
since then.
I
But,
feel
I'm
that game's going to be dead within a year.
It was unfortunate because it's really fun. I totally enjoyed it, but yeah, no, they screwed the pooch with that one, which is funny because like it doesn't really matter, but people just got pissy because they were told they had to do it.
Yeah. Xbox.
And, mind you, that's been, like with the launchers and the additional accounts, like that's been a thorn in the side of many companies that are attempting to maintain, DRM of some sort or anti-cheat software, especially, and because people complain because it's punishing the players who aren't cheating.
Oh, like Denuvo, like every game that comes out with Denuvo on it, it's cracked usually either before it's released or a day after.
And that ends.
You preach to the choir here, yeah.
I'm gonna hand it off to my beer bro, smoking like Jerry Garcia. Glenn.
Hey man, it's just nicotine. Don't you worry about it. All right, so I guess I'll start off with my own news that I've seen. That excited me. So the game Green Hell is free on Steam this weekend. Super excited about that. That's been on my wish list for a
Is
while.
it a free trial, or are they just giving it away?
It's a free weekend. Like, you can download and play the full version of it until Monday. So I'll probably be doing that to check it out, just in case, I ever need to, learn how to do, jungle survival. It's like that one kid there. Did y'all ever read that news story about that one kid who like survived in the forest for like a week, and he was like 6 years old, and it was because he played a lot of Minecraft.
Oh, jeez.
And he just basically used the rules of Minecraft in order to survive, and like he thrived.
I mean,
How?
yeah, I could see it.
The rules are what? You need to have a shelter.
The basic rules, yeah. Shelter,
and you need to find
bed, food, protection.
Yeah,
fire.
And that's what the kid did.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's.
Well, what do you? Hold on. What do you eat for food?
You
Huh?
go find it.
Go forage for berries, or
It's Minecraft.
catch a fish.
Dude. You gotta go find.
It's Minecraft. You just Minecraft, man.
That's like a 50. That's like a 50.
How do you do it in Minecraft?
Like, you got lucky.
You harvest wheat. you dig up potatoes. You catch a fish or two.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this kid survived for a week. He was presumed dead.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, Green Hell. Just in case I ever need to, survive in the jungle for a while, I can have that simulation, stored somewhere back here. Speaking of simulations, Project Zomboid recently had their 42.1 unstable release, and some exciting stuff with that. The Baldur's Gate 3 is basically finishing up their final patch for the game that will kind of let it set off adrift and be a game that's just out there with no further updates. What else is going on? Hogwarts Legacy did a modding update recently that will now allow you to, insert, whatever thing you want to put in there. So if you want to fly Goku around instead of a broom, you can legally, I should say, or with developer tools available to you. Let's see, what was the other one? Sorry, that was all that I had for gaming news there. And do y'all want to talk about like what's been going on with SteamOS recently? Are y'all familiar with it?
No, not really.
So as it stands currently, Mr. Gabe Newell, blessed be his name, is making a run at operating system for something called SteamOS that will be able to be run. It's a Linux-based system that rivals Windows.
Oh.
And SteamOS is trying to negotiate their way into being the Windows killer.
Interesting.
Yes.
If they
it all
could build
starts.
a flavor of Linux that would move.
They do.
Windows
They have a
players
flavor of
to-
Linux on this little thingy.
That's interesting.
And it runs quite well.
Yeah, but can you
and-
check your internets and watch the YouTubes on there?
I can, and I do.
And you can check your emails, do your online banking, and pay your bills and mortgage payments and alimony
Everything.
checks and child support.
If I have it, luckily I don't. Thank God.
We'll
But,
hug you
yeah.
tonight and tell you that you're worth it.
If I had the actuators right, maybe. No. Anyway,
My buddy, we were talking about Linux at work a couple days ago. My buddy just sent me a text message. It says, how Linux users kiss, and it's like the dude straddling the woman while she's like pushing him up against the fridge.
What the?
And it's like how Linux users like to be kissed.
I mean, nothing wrong with,
I thought it was the funniest
letting your girl
thing
take
ever when I
control.
saw
I'm
that.
just saying.
So hold on. So you're saying you're? Never mind. Oh, wait.
Brother, I am
kinda wanna see that, like,
350
man, you told me
pounds,
she
6'5". My wife is 5'10". If she can manage the feat, I just might let her.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
That's
I
when you
would
start
actually
giving her
want
the
a photo of
nickname the
that.
Big Woman.
Oh no. I'm not. I'm not trying to. What's her face from
Game of Thrones.
Resident Evil Village?
Oh
No. Yeah, I'm not trying to relive that fantasy. So oddly enough, actually, back in college, I dated a chick that was like an inch shorter than I was.
That's a big woman.
That was a big lady. Yeah, she was. Like whenever we'd walk around campus, like we would get looks and be like, and then somebody would be like, "Are you guys related?" And we'd be like, "No, it's my girlfriend." You know, like, whoa, like,
There must be something in the water.
yeah, no, she was sweet. It was just, I don't know, it didn't work out. I was entirely too affectionate. No, it wasn't that. See, I was taller than her, so it was okay. And so that poor lady, she had a very small dating pool, both figuratively and
I was going to say, there's
literally.
a joke there.
But yeah, no, it was. There's a whole set of stories. I'm sure I can branch off from that. What
What the fuck is going on? I'm hearing like ghost noises in the background.
I'm hearing sweet nothings in French. What is this?
For the people here. Hey, keep it in the circus. You know, this place has gone way downhill.
I apologize for the professionalism. Just when Glenn was talking about the story, I just remember Deuce Bigelow, and I'm like,
Yes.
Like I wanted to joke and say, "Hey, you should be glad it was just stairs and not people just doing that." Like, holy shit, it's Bigfoot.
I'm pretty sure.
That's a huge
I'm pretty sure one of my. I'm pretty sure one of my dorm mates over at Walton Hall made a joke about that. They were like, where I think somebody was like, "Keep it in the circus," so they're like, something to the effect of, "Are you trying to breed the next line defensive line for the team?" Or something like that. It was funny. Anyways, but yeah, no. Anyways, I'm not quite sure how I got on that, but yeah, she was tall. I think we like dated for like 2 months, oddly enough.
Nerdverse Odyssey, where we always stay on topic.
Yeah. What else? Okay, so speaking of that small device that I picked up, I got that for Christmas because Santa Claus said I was a good boy, and I got the. I didn't talk about that last time. Oh, I haven't talked about it here since Christmas.
Oh, the Steam Deck. Yeah, I don't think you said anything about the Steam Deck before.
Yes. So I got the 512 OLED version.
Okay. All
right.
Respectable.
Which has the glossy screen, as you can tell. But I did the SSD swap on it.
Oh yeah.
And so, huh?
I said, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And so now I have a. Huh?
Oh, don't worry.
No, Nico's about to pull his
pulling
out.
it out.
Oh my god.
Oh, you got a ROG.
I got a ROG.
Ew, Windows based. Ew.
I like it.
Fight is what I came here
At least
for.
mine
Yes.
has decent controls. I
Mine has
the
excellent
analog
controls.
placement on the Steam Deck is just so fucking awkward.
Oh, get him, Glenn.
Maybe if you have like little teeny tiny man hands.
I have,
Like-
excuse me, I have
he
human
talked about
hands.
the hands.
I don't require the Duke to play video games.
I'm just saying
something about the Duke.
these gigante manos or manos gigante. There we are. Fit quite well in my my machine. Look at this.
Oh, he just spoke in Spanish to you.
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, okay. Oh, hey.
I'm trying to start.
No hablo español, señor. Okay?
Oh, he says he's gonna call ICE.
Topical.
de Ciudad Guzman, Jalisco.
What the fuck is this show anymore?
Anyways.
This is what we have when we take like 4 months off.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So guess what I'm playing on it? So
Just Cause
I am
4?
No. So the main games that I've been playing on it, a lot of controller-based games, primarily playing Control. Control is excellent on that device. I've been playing the Persona 5, which is excellent on that device. The Persona 3 remake, which is excellent on that device. I've been playing a lot of Metroidvania style games, and doing a full replay of the entirety of BioShock Remastered. So BioShock Remastered, BioShock 2 Remastered, and BioShock Infinite.
It's only like 30 hours a game. It's not too bad.
But I mean, yeah, but no, on that device, like it runs really, really well. Like I can run max settings on games that are like 5 years old.
That's not too bad.
Right?
How's battery life,
for something?
though?
Battery life is actually really good. The way that the cable is set, it actually sets on top of the device here. Mm-hmm. I have a case on it, so that because I like that olive drab, coyote tan or coyote brown, but it's nice. It fits really well. This is just a little third party thingy. That's right, Nico. I actually made my device bigger so it could fit my hands. So
I think he's overcompensating for something.
No, I'm compensating, not overcompensating. I'm properly compensating for a situation I'm in. I'm not going to elaborate anymore. Dick jokes. Anyways, so
how long can you play the thing till it dies?
Well, I mean, it depends on how much water I've drank, but no. Let me see what my current hours are on this thing. I need to open this up.
Dude, he went from like a 30-something man to like a 75-year-old when he was like, I have to look at the screen.
Look at the startup. I like the startup thing. All right, let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. I'm currently playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion. That's right. The ROM hack. Let's see here. Bum, bum. I'm going to close that. Okay. And I'm going to save.
That's why Glenn's doing. Quick question for you.
Hold on. I'm almost there.
Don't stop.
All right, there we are. All right, so
thank you, Lord.
At 25%, I am projected for 2.5 hours.
With how much percent left?
For 25% left on my battery. I have, well, come on, back up. There we are. So 25% and projected, it's going up. Well, this is idling, but it's like,
yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. So probably on a full load, you're looking at maybe.
So it's at
3.5 hours.
3 hours roughly idling at 25%. So I mean, in terms of overhead, it's really, really slim. And there's a lot of games that are on Steam that are optimized to run on it. I like it. I like it a lot. Like it a lot. So yeah. You can also chat on it, like voice chat. So actually, I talked to Rico on it, oddly enough.
Oh yeah.
Remember the day I talked to you on that? Yeah. I called Rico up. I was like, Rico, can you hear me? And he's like, yeah, man, what's up? And I heard him clear as a bell while I was playing another game. So Steam Deck, fucking perfect. And they're still doing updates for the OS to make things better, more accessible. They're basically going full bore into this, and I dare say, give it 6 more months, and it is going to be better than Windows in every possible way.
Bold statement, but okay, we'll see.
Bold statement, but true statement. Hold me to it. Come back. Cut this in. Whenever you can go and say, "Oh my God, Steam OS killed everybody's devices, dude. What the fuck were you thinking?" Or, "Holy shit, Glenn, you were right."
No, it's gonna be
probable.
It's gonna be me spitting, saying, "Yeah, it's never gonna take over Windows." It's just be, "Fuck you, I was right."
Right.
That meme of that guy with the champagne bottle.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah! He's all the way down here. Like,
So, yeah. And it's also basically the OS is now released for non-Steam devices.
Oh, cool.
Because there was most recently a device that was advertised. Was it Republic of Gamers? I forget who had it, but they basically was like, the basic or the OS that we're shipping this with is Steam OS.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna have to look that up. But yeah, kick-ass stuff. I'm super excited about that. In the anime realm, what am I watching? Okay, so anime that I started watching recently that is now still coming out. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Fucking spectacular. Great anime.
What the fuck is with the naming conventions of some of these? Because like my son is reading something called like I was a shield hero I was nothing until I became the shield hero, something rather. Then there's another one where it's like this just running sentence as the name of the show. It just
you have to think like we're
okay, wait, is that part of what the fuck?
We're running into 50 years of American anime
naming conventions
history here. Yeah.
The correct way.
And so
we don't need a literal
you have to think
translation of the show.
they're starting to run out of words to use. You can't just call something, Bleach or One Piece or Naruto. You can't just say, there was one that's called Japan. It's by
Kentaro
bread.
Miura.
Yeah, love Japan. But you can't just call it things like that or, orange juice or, anything else like that because all the like
JoJo's
single
Bizarre
word.
Adventures.
Right. But what I'm saying is that they've run out of names, I dare say, with the sheer amount of niche animes that they've had. And you're competing with the manga
tradition for a lot of like the Japanese animes to just have a long running sentence as their name. It's been like that since like the early 2000s.
What? No, that's only something I've noticed in the past like 5 years. Huh?
I don't know about that, but like the mainline ones never had that, but there've definitely always been a subsect of stuff that had that naming convention, and it just kind of carried through, and it just picked up recently for some reason.
Huh?
Sorry,
strange.
I don't keep up on the animes, but I know some things.
So, and then an anime that's been out for a minute that I didn't know was the way it was. I started watching in high school DxD. I thought it was, going to be, a fun, like supernatural harem anime that was, relatively tame that I might be able to watch while my family's doing something else over there. No, it's just straight up porn.
Nice.
It's just porn.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
You would get off on that.
Like no.
Listen,
No,
I have a clean Steam library. There is no smut games on there. This gentleman over here 100% the smut games.
Listen, I'm a completionist through and through.
I'm an achievement hunter, and I can do it all with one hand.
But no, I was like watching it, and I was like, okay, I get it, and then boobs, and I was like, why are there boobs on my screen? This is like the first episode. Maybe it's okay. Maybe they're just trying to make it
Do the goblin
sort of saucy for the first episode. No,
and then like carry on.
Yeah. No, it gets worse. A lot worse. A lot worse.
Usually there's like a little rating at the bottom that tells you all about it. Maybe
I really don't typically look at that because there's a lot of things that they rate things for. They're like, oh, it's plus 18 for violence. Oh, it's plus 18 for side boob. And it's not that way. Oh, suggestive panty shots. But no, this is
just suggestive panty shot, but you can see straight up her butthole.
But at no time you didn't stop. But at no time you didn't stop watching the anime. You just
exactly. You kept going. You're like,
I had to find out.
I'm watching this. I'm
like 70% through.
Oh my god, this is porn. What's the next episode? Oh god, this is too. No. But yeah. There's some exciting stuff in the manga world as well. So Junji Ito is going to be my favorite manga artist. Is going to be coming out with another collection in March.
Ooh, cool.
Yes, very exciting. Yep. And last thing. So since we've last talked, I have picked up several roles in the voice acting spaces. I am now the narrator for Scytherink's Power Rangers series.
Nice.
This is the same one that is this the same one or roughly what Hunter was talking about?
Mm-hmm. It's the same company.
Gotcha.
And so yeah, and Power Rangers is the biggest their biggest IP that they work with.
So a lot of people are going to hear you are going to listen to you talk.
Yes. I've also, let's see, since we last talked, I also got cast as Darth Vader in a in a Lego stop motion film.
Okay.
As Gary, the producer in a Dogman audio drama.
Okay.
As Norman Osborn in a Spider-Man audio drama. And we also did a Christmas episode of Talkie. Yeah. I made a parody, or I wrote and voiced a parody of TGIF that I called it's FFSIFTW. For fuck's sake, it's finally the weekend. There was the shows that we parodied the shows were called Nerdy Hot Girl and Sasquatch Mama, and then there was a meta joke about a skit that was in the holidays, the Talkie holiday special, where it was Scrooge and the New Ghosts of Christmas, it was like it had layers like an onion. It was great. So and we've been kind of on hiatus since the release of that episode, and I have concerns because I fear for my dear Aza's well-being whenever it comes to motivation and getting burnt out. But it turns out she's actually secretly working on a really cool music project. So there you go. Fun stuff. I don't think it was secret
because when we had her on the show, she was talking about it.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't know that was where their energies were going, but we are starting to get people back into it as we spring into spring here, and we'll eventually find more momentum with it. So yeah, fun stuff. Things with me and James are kind of on hold at the moment. And hopefully sometime soon, I will be able to reconnect with him and get things going again. But
Trouble in Paradise?
He's kind of,
Trouble in Paradise?
No. I just think he needs a break. He needed a break. And Huh?
That's the first.
What you do?
What
Yeah,
you do?
he's working. He's working on stuff. He needed a break, and hopefully he'll come back with renewed energy, and we can hit it again. As I think I may have been a little too overzealous with my creative input, and I fear that he felt that he was losing control of the project. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't want
That
to.
just seems weird. Glenn just kind of coming in and taking something over. Weird.
He did. I don't. I'm not a parasite. God damn it!
No. Shh. It's okay, my sweet summer child. It's actually pronounced symbiote.
I make things better. Thank you. Rico over there. Is that tea you're drinking there?
Off the side. He's like, I'm just gonna scoot out of here. We're like, what's going on?
Anyways, no. There's a lot of cool stuff that's coming out. Did I tell y'all about my role as Satan in a show?
No, because I would have rebuked you. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm voicing Satan in a show called Paradox Tales from Hell as well, and it is a comedy where you have several of the big bad demons in the underworld, and the family dynamics of that. What else? Batman in a something called the DCFU, which is something completely different. But just a lot of stuff, man. Just a shit ton of stuff. I'm in 12 projects now. I have a social media presence now.
Oh God!
I have an Instagram page just for my voice acting.
Oh God!
And it's all Hunter's fault. I know.
So when's your OnlyFans page going up? And am I getting cuts because we can host it on grannyfootfinder.com?
I'm just gonna say, listen. I don't know if someone would ever want to see my solo work, but Nico, if you're ever down to sword fight, we'll maybe work something out. No.
Listen, I can't. I'm sorry,
I can't say that with a straight face.
I'm too good with a dagger. Was that my computer?
Pardon me while I throw up. So anyways, Rico, I don't know why you hang out with us. Honestly, like this guy, and then I talk, and then he talks, and then it's all of a sudden we're like, yeah, sword fighting, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? You bring out the worst in me, Nico.
You're welcome.
The 11-year-old fat kid who's making raunchy jokes, behind his grandma's back. No.
I have that way about me. I think Rico's just here
so.
to watch the trash fire burn. I'm just waiting for him to pull out the popcorn.
Pretty much.
He's a mediator.
Trash fire, information, weird odd facts that I probably don't want to know, but now I know.
Speaking of odd facts, I love.
And you look so handsome while you're doing it too. Look at you.
Love your new pop setup. Looking fantastic.
Yeah, I like that yellow sweater. It really flirts your skin tone.
But yeah, Rio, why do you have Wolverine making the "Let me suck you off" face on your wall of pops?
No, that's his Wolverine hole.
So it starts with the X-Men.
Ah.
Yeah, that's where the X-Men go.
Listen, I love that popcorn box, but man, I couldn't. I can't.
Too bad you can't zoom in because there's something in his mouth.
I can't zoom in. What is it?
It's a Spider-Man going like.
So you're saying that you have a suggestive Wolverine popcorn bucket,
Voring
while
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is shooting strings in his mouth.
That's one way to interpret it. My way of I have nowhere to put this little small Spider-Man. Oh, cool. There's a mouth right there.
So just put it in his mouth.
Well, Wolverine hasn't had a little Spider-Man in his mouth from time to time, you know?
Look, when I do stuff like when it comes to
It's a big
packing or
universe,
anything
man.
else, I'm like a puzzle guy. Like what fits where, what looks good. Okay, cool.
I'm just saying, I would not kick the Calverine out of bed for eating cookies. That is an absolutely beautiful man. No homo.
No, none whatsoever. No, it's not that you're gay, dude. It's that you just want to feel his strong, manly embrace because you know it's kind of like it'll make you feel safe inside his big, strong muscles, but not in a gay way. Definitely
Yeah,
not.
it's just a bromance.
Yeah, it's a bromance. Yeah. I want
So,
you
Nico,
to read
did you wanna
Jane
talk
Eyre
about
while you
your,
hold me.
No, I'm saying, did you want to talk about your idol
My
for Weird Feet?
wait, what?
Rob Lowe. I thought you wanted to talk about your mentor, your idol for Weird Feet, Rob Liefeld.
Rob Liefeld, yeah. So let's
All right, yeah, let's
to
get
end
out of
this shit. Let's go. Let's talk about Rob Liefeld. Have you guys seen what Rob Liefeld came out and said?
Yeah.
I don't even know who Rob Liefeld is.
Rob
friend.
Liefeld is one of the co-creators of Deadpool, the original character.
Okay, pardon me.
So
I know of his work, but I do not know the man.
okay, but yeah. So apparently, he requested something in Deadpool and Wolverine, like a special credit page or something at the end of the movie, and this didn't rub Marvel right. Something about a publicist screaming this isn't Fox, back and forth bitching, something to do with money. It's like a whole shit show, and it really just comes out making Rob Liefeld just look like a petty little bitch. Like, is that what you got from it, Rico? Because to me, it just looks like Rob Liefeld's being a little
No,
bitch.
I got the little bit of the opposite.
Really?
Well, because the issue with Rob Liefeld is that he feels that Marvel doesn't have the greatest love for content creators, for the comic book industry, no matter if it's artists or it's the writers. To his credit, when Sam Lee had died, I know one of the outspoken critics of them was Stan Lee's daughter, because when he died, he's like, we didn't get a phone call, we didn't get something later until they actually decided they're going to put something out there, and that was like several days, whatever. Like, for as much as you guys use Stan Lee, I think in my own words, she felt like almost like on day one or day two, you guys should have been calling, you should have been packing. Yeah, something to show, hey, you guys really love this guy, versus it seems like you just used him to promote your stuff. I mean,
Wait, you're saying
again, we
Disney?
love
I mean, it's Disney.
Someone?
They're a business.
Yeah.
They don't have feelings. You know, you don't become the big dog by playing nice.
No, you become the
just
big
saying.
dog by having Mickey Mouse. You stick his penis in your mouth.
so
Well,
That
I'm
was
just
a joke
saying,
that
like
was actually
Disney,
cut from
Disney
Deadpool
like
and
chews
Wolverine.
people up and spits them out. Like, why would they expect any different?
well, because I guess they feel like, oh man, I feel like
I
if
mean,
you watch
listen.
Ocean's, I think it's Ocean's 13. I know that's not a nerd movie, but there's a part where Al Pacino does somebody wrong. He's like, but we talked about it. You shook Frank Sinatra's hand. He's like, fuck Frank Sinatra. You know, the handshake, whatever. It just shows that, hey, like he's like, everybody told me you would do me dirty, and I didn't want to listen to him. And Al Pacino's character's like, okay, you're still gonna sign off this stuff. So give me my property, and you're done. You're no longer a partner. Everybody feels they're going to be treated differently, and sometimes that's not the case.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, just look at the case study of that sweet young girl from Macomb, Mississippi, that they turned into the pop princess known as Britney Spears, and now she's sitting there dancing with knives. You know, that was in the news a couple months ago, where she was doing like scary, crazy-eyed, crazy ex-girlfriend dancing with with knives in front of a mirror or in front of the camera. I'm like, dude, like that shit isn't like can I say this best?
MK Ultra.
That isn't. Yeah, that isn't something that it is, dude. If I disappear anytime soon after saying this, like that sort of shit, like
It wasn't suicide.
harkens to such things that like, yeah, like the conspiracy theorist in me is like these poor people. Like I would never go into show business, you know, in the large term, you know, unlike what I'm doing right now with voice acting, which is very, very small, you know, but I don't know if I could ever work with any of these companies, you know, for the sake of sure, I would gain fame and popularity, but I would lose my soul and or most everything else in the process. And it kind of scares me, you know, especially with the stuff that's coming out with the USAID. Jesus, I don't know if y'all want to talk about that.
No, that's
but, like,
politics.
Yeah.
That's
like
straight
offline.
politics, but like, yeah, like talk with you offline. But like some of the news that's coming out with who they're funding is kind of fucking scary, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
and
so
and in his case, and I'm not, again, I don't know, I have no, for anybody listening, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Rob Liefeld's work or whatever. I do get what he's trying to do is basically, in a way, force Marvel to give credit to those who created the characters and put it at least in the forefront of the opening credits. Like he gave an example about what DC did for Superman with the two co-creators, whatever. I think they had him at the very beginning of the movie, so you knew exactly who created this character, even though it was a DC property, who created it and why it's here for the storyline. That's essentially what he wanted. But of course, when
Yeah, but Marvel
you go out there and you
usually
speak,
have cold openings now. Like most of the movies just kind of start. There's no pre-roll credits or anything. It's just start the movie.
there's a heist.
It's a hot start. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but him,
Well-
I think it's either in the beginning or at least the end, and he wants that recognition. Not just according to him, he says it's not just him. He wants it for everybody else. But when you go out there and you speak your mind and you don't hold your tongue, what do you expect? So yeah, Marvel acted towards his agents a certain way and said, "Hey, we're not Fox." Don't know if I don't know if Fox was the whole, you know, more working with them, but he felt like he got the cold shoulder. Especially when him and his family were invited to the after party for
You're
Deadpool
really
and Wolverine.
grabbing the tiger by the tail whenever you try to make demands like that. I'm just saying,
Yeah, right.
like you're holding on and you're getting somewhere, but you know you're not controlling that tiger. I think the company is far too large for anyone to try to challenge it. You know, if it's going to be challenged, it's going to be not challenged by him specifically, but by him appealing to the user base.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The only way I think Marvel will probably, just using Marvel example, only for them to kind of backpedal and watch what they do was that if they treated Stan Lee publicly like bad, like crapped on him, and it's like, oh no, you're not gonna do that to one of the legends, like, or if Jack Kirby was alive and they did the same thing where they treated him bad. As far as you know, now that the movies are out, they've treated him a certain way where it's gonna cause a big wave of fans just to come out and go, nah, we're not supporting anything as far as Marvel until you make this right. And I guess Rob's trying to hold. You
can't compare, you know, Stan Lee and Rob Liefeld, you know, because Stan Lee created a host of very memorable characters, and Rob Liefeld
just stole Deathstroke and couldn't draw feet.
It's not a comparison, but I think.
Sorry.
Quick question: how much do you know about Deadpool, Glenn? What's Deadpool's name?
It's Wade.
What's his last name?
Jesus. I keep wanting to say Wade Richards, but it's not Wade Richards. It's
Wade Wilson. Now,
Wade Wilson, thank you.
Watch this. Hey, Rico.
Yeah.
What's Deathstroke's name?
Slade.
What's his last name?
Wilson.
The same fucking character. Just literally changed the fucking name. Wade Wilson and Slade Wilson. Like I'm like 90% positive that
Rob
but I mean,
Liefeld
stole the character.
But Wade sounds more Michael to Slade's Pikel. You know, I'm just saying.
No, Slade's a
Like-
badass edgy's like 90s edgelord name.
Speaking of 90s edgelord, what did y'all think about that Sonic 3 movie?
I haven't watched it yet. It's
I
on the
thought,
list.
I thought it was great.
It was great. It was a great movie. And I feel the casting of Keanu Reeves as Shadow was like fucking perfect.
It makes
Like,
sense.
Yeah. He's like,
I still-
Did
yeah,
he get a
it's
gun
awesome.
at any point in the movie?
Yes, several
Perfect.
times.
That's all I need. That's all I needed. All I needed to hear. We
Like
good.
I think like the first like
No,
the
shh,
first
that's
like
it. That's it. I just needed to hear. I just needed a confirmation.
Yeah.
yes, he does get
I
a
still
gun.
think Jim Carrey is if some reason they had awards, Jim Carrey has to get an award. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like Sonic 3 with him playing two parts. He's playing him and the grandpa.
Mhm.
I was like, I think people got mad at me. I was laughing in the theater. Like this dude is like, I felt like it's classic Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Ace Ventura, Living Color, all that stuff. Like this is, and great that he loves to do it now. I don't know if he does it for his children, but it's like, yeah, this is what I like right here. Like very, very. And they're making Sonic
Yeah.
4 supposedly.
Nice.
Sonic
Yeah,
4
I mean, dude, if you make $1, you can guarantee the sequel.
Yeah.
So now here's the question, guys. I had a excellent thought here. I think, in my own personal opinion, if Jim Carrey
Mhm.
plays a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Who would it be?
who is he playing?
Is he playing it serious or he's playing it funny?
He's
Or like a
Jim
little bit of
Carrey.
both.
And it's not the number 23,
Okay.
right? It's Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey.
The easy one is Loki, but
No.
Nah.
Here's my thought personally.
I can't think of anybody.
I think he would make a spectacular morph.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yes.
More from X-Men.
Yes.
Nah.
Nah.
You don't see it?
More of unless you're gonna de-age him, it'll be his age. Unless he's gonna do the voice acting of it, but
Well, Morph is I mean, in at least in the animated series, seen
gray
as like,
space
some
alien.
guy, and he's no. He's human.
Yeah, but he looks like a space alien.
which
No, he does
one?
not.
The X-Men '97, he looked human. In the new X-Men '97, he looks like
He looks like
an
a space
alien or a
alien.
changeling. Yeah, like a changeling.
Oh. Okay.
You haven't watched that
no,
one?
I'm talking. No, I mean, yes, I watched X-Men '97, but
Yeah, we had
But
a whole episode talking about the showrunner
Exactly.
Cyclops penis.
what?
We had that whole
Thank
conversation.
you, Glenn. I'm like,
Yeah, remember when we talked about him getting caught like leaking fans or leaking like nude pictures? To
oh,
different
you're talking
people on
about
the set,
no. It
dressed
was,
like Cyclops or some shit.
oh
Oh,
no, what
that
it was
guy.
is that supposedly he got fired or let
Yeah,
go
he
by
got
Marvel.
fired.
What it was supposedly sexual assault, or sexual harassment
With sexual harassment.
towards some of the male writers, and then he was sending personal photos to
of
use as
himself dressed as
inspiration.
Cyclops.
And so somebody
shooting
dressed
his
him up,
one-eyed
somebody dressed
laser.
him as Cyclops, like a sexy summer Cyclops,
Mhm.
and he posted it on the Twitter. And so that's why he was done. But then he started revealing stuff, and I forgot what he revealed of the show and of something else. I'm like, okay, why tell us now? Like, you should have told us this, like, whatever. But he's
So
still back.
you're saying that Morph was in X-Men '97?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not
And it was
see him.
insinuating like he
turned
had
into
a.
the Hulk at one point.
Yeah.
But wasn't wait.
But
It
he
was-
didn't.
but
His
it
face
was-
didn't look human. It was like,
He looked like
you remember the
Gray.
chameleon from Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
With like
Okay.
a cartoonish
Yes.
version of his face. That was Morph.
Okay. See, okay, I'm thinking like X-Men animated series, the old one, not the new '97. Then
Gotcha.
that would be Jim Carrey, in my opinion. And I think that
that
it would
could
fit,
work.
especially since like he has an elastic face, and he would be able to play several different characters in the process. He's kind of has this sort of, pikey sort of like mischievousness to him. I think it would work. I think it would work really well.
That's how I was thinking, like in my head, like as far as Marvel characters.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear your opinion.
Plastic Man. I think you'd probably make a good Plastic Man.
In DC,
He would make a great Plastic Man in the DC universe. But sadly, he's already the Riddler.
Yeah, but that's in a dead universe, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Plastic Man. Oh man, he'd make a great Plastic Man. Okay, so but Marvel. Keep thinking. What do you think?
I got nothing aside from Loki.
Maybe the Mad. Who is it? Is it Jab Jester? Where he's a. Oh man, what was his name? He's like a multiverse villain kind of. But the way he's dressed is like a 1950s character.
I got it. I know who Jim Carrey should play. Fing Fang Foom.
Explain that one.
Yes.
It's Jim Carrey.
You'd make a great Fing Fang Foom.
It's just a giant dragon. I mean, he played Andy Kaufman. I'm telling you, that man could play a dragon. Just paint him green.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Wouldn't the dragon have
with that goofy looking face too?
Yeah, with the Fu Manchu mustache.
Oh my god! No.
Oh yeah.
And on that note, I'm gonna say let's call it a podcast.
I think it is a podcast. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for coming out to this wonderful, wonderful shit show. I hope you all have a good night. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Drink water.